Hi, it's Stephen here from the Sound of an Ocean Wave, and this is day 2 of the December daily draws. So let's see what message we get today. And I'll be taking the first card from the Seasons of the Witch Winter Tarot, followed by an Oracle card from the Seasons of the Witch Yule Oracle. So let's choose our first card and get the reading underway. Okay, here we go. And we have the lovers. It's the winter lovers, and she's there looking at the person here at the window. You know, she's looking through her window. She's reading, and she's got a cup of tea or coffee there, and she's looking through the window, and she sees probably her lover or potential suitor through the window, and she looks up from what she's doing, and she sees the person there. And to me, this is about where our heart yearns for, where our heart wants to commit itself to. And she's thinking, is this the person I want to commit my heart to, commit my life to, commit my energy to? It's about choice. It's making the right choices and choosing the right thing or person or project or purpose with which to commit. To me, it's about commitment and choice. Yes, it can be about love, and it can be about two people coming together in a long term, because that's the commitment, long term. This isn't just a passing relationship. If this is going to be a relationship, it's going to be it's going to be a long standing, if not permanent one. It's going to be, this is no um, superficial thing that can be over in a couple of days, or this is not a holiday romance. It's something that requires deep commitment, and therefore deep consideration about where we choose to put that commitment, to make sure that we're not committing to something lightly. And that applies to a relationship, and it also applies to anything we commit ourselves to. So maybe we gaze out of our windows thinking about what we want to commit to, what choices we want to make about what to devote our energy and our life to, whether it be a person or purpose or some other thing, whatever it is that we're connecting to and having that relationship with. It's going to be it could even be a business partnership as well, a long-standing business partnership. This can signify contracts of signing on the dotted line, that kind of commitment. So read the small print, make sure we know we're what we're signing up to before we put the signature there. Because afterwards, if we don't read the small print, if we don't consider certain factors, and we find out the hard way later down the line, it's going to be harder to extricate ourselves from those circumstances because of the way we've signed up to it, the way we've committed ourselves to it. It's not going to be easy. So it's better to consider carefully and look at the pros and cons, look at all the details, everything involved, so that we have the full understanding of what it is we're committing to before we commit to it, so that we know what responsibility, because there's responsibility involved in this. Yes, the other person has a responsibility to us, or there is a two-way thing in whatever commitment we have. But as far as we're concerned, we need to understand the full implications of what we're committing to, and we need to accept those implications, knowing, we're not going into it blindly. We got our eyes open. We know what we're signing up to. We know what we're going forward with, and we're willing to do so. We're willing to take on the responsibilities of doing so. In order to, and there'll be benefits too. We will get benefits from it, but there'll be also things we have to do that are responsibilities in that. And as long as we're prepared for that and ready to do that, then that's fine. So this is about, be careful what you sign up to, be careful what you commit to. Make sure that you consider, she's probably looking through the window and thinking, is this the person I want to commit to? And, maybe he's come because maybe he's made a proposal, maybe he's proposed marriage to her, and she's asked for some time to think, and that's what she's doing. And he's there, waiting to see if she's ready to give an answer. And she's maybe still weighing things up. And that's what we have got to do before we make that commitment, make any kind of commitment that's going to be of a long-standing nature, to weigh things up and to make sure we're ready for what we're committing to. And I think that's the message of the Lovers, the Winter Lovers card today. Okay, let's see which Oracle card we get to go with that. Okay, here we go. Cold Moon. Maybe we need a cooling off period. Maybe need to be a bit chill about things before we commit. Sometimes in the heat of emotion, we get excited about the prospect of something. We're tempted to just sign up to it straight away and throw ourselves in at the deep end without realizing about how good we can swim for a start. It's only when we're drowning we realize that perhaps we bit off more than we could chew. But, often when we sign up to something, sometimes there is a cooling off period where we can change our minds. Sometimes in contracts, in legal situations, in purchases, whatever, there's a sort of a cooling off period within which, not a long period, it's a short period of time, but where when we've considered things that aren't in the heat of the moment, we've changed our minds, and we can change our minds and not go ahead without any penalty. Sometimes there's a cooling off phase clause in whatever we've done. Not always, so that's why we have to check there is one. But sometimes we need that cooling off period. To me, that's what the cool mood says. It's about letting go of perhaps our emotional attachment a little, getting a bit more objective to it, and then if in the cold light of day, if whenever we've looked at it a bit more objectively, we still want to go ahead, then it may be the right choice. But that's what we've got to consider. So it's the consideration of the choices and commitments we make is what these cards are about, and that's what the message is about today. Okay, so that's today's message. I'll be back tomorrow with day 3. Until then, thank you for listening. Take care, everyone, and I'll see you all again very soon. Okay, bye-bye.